That's it, I'm fed up with being so incompetent in everything. Like speech. I am just incapable of letting words out the way I want them to. Hey brain, aren't you supposed to be the boss? Well, start acting like it. Prove yourself useful. You know how you want it said. You know how it should be said. Tell it to the tongue. You know you can't leave him alone, he gets confused. Oh, don't feel bad for it. I know it acts as if it can't just have its way over your entire body, but that's not true at all, isn't it? The entire concept of wet dreams says it's not true. The brain tricks you into thinking you're getting play and makes you nut in your sleep. Why? If it can do that, I bet you it has some other freaky tricks up its sleeve, like some sick puppet master. Speaking of dreams though, what the fuck? I have seen the most horrid things in my dreams. They say it's to prepare you for any danger that may arise in the real world, but I doubt I'll ever encounter things that can only be described as a homunculus of PT, Fear and Hunger, and Junji Ito while I'm out on the street. When I was 4, I had a dream where, while I was in my bedroom, I shrunk to the size of a chicken tender, and I was walking around my now giant bed with my mom and dad sleeping on it. Only, they were wearing masks that covered their faces. While I was climbing up my mom's shoulder, she turned her back and her mask fell off. And it turned out that it wasn't my mom at all, but some grotesque nightmare creature with bulging eyes, disheveled hair, and a slit mouth. It let out a paralyzing shriek, then tried to catch me as I ran for my life. My brain thought of that when I was 4 years old. Sometimes, I don't even have to be asleep. I would just close my eyes and be presented with the most horrifying face I've ever seen. And don't get me started on intrusive thoughts. You know when you scroll through Twitter and you see the worst sides of humanity and it makes you cringe? I put out a sigh of relief whenever that happens, because it reassures me that I'm still a good person, which I doubt sometimes whenever I have intrusive thoughts. I will never believe that I am my brain, because clearly we're not on the same side. It distracts me with random thoughts when I want to work. It keeps me from fixing my sleep schedule. It even pranks me by making me laugh at the worst possible times. So I've decided to undergo brain replacement surgery. I'm getting rid of my brain and replacing it with something without a mind of its own.
Thank you all for being part of this project with us. We promise you that after extracting your brains, your new brains will be up and running almost immediately. And finally, you'll have brains that are decisive, ecstatic, attentive, and dependable, giving you full control of your bodily urges, powered none other than by artificial intelligence. Thank you. You're all wonderful, by the way. That's why I'd like you all to meet our very first test subject. When he first approached us, he was an average guy who thought he could be doing a lot more. Now, he's a machine. A round of applause, everyone.
Yeah.
He's literally brain dead.
He may look a little brain dead, but this guy has been pulling 72-hour shifts with no breaks.
He's a slave!
Now, let's not all jump into conclusions here.
I'm leaving. Come on, let's go.
It seems you aren't understanding. We're not letting you leave.
Oh my god, what's happening? You can't do this!
Joe, attack.
Hey, over here.
This is insane!
Keep your voice down.
Of course, our emotions, conscience, natural desires, they're what makes us human. Why'd I ever want to get rid of that?
Hey, there's no use regretting it now.
There's no use hiding!
Claws, really? What's stopping us from doing that? Hey, Joe.
Fool.
Now! Gross.